Very important game for Chicago. Last night, Houston and Memphis both lost. So the Sting has an opportunity to pick up one full game in that tough American Conference Central Division race. I'm Howard Balson. With me in the booth today, Ken Stern to my right, Nick Kratt to my left. Stay with us for all the exciting soccer action coming up here on Channel 9. We're going to be back to set the teams for you after this message.
Okay, let's go to the...
They're way ahead of time. This thing should be going in another minute and a half or two.
Where's that log? There it is. All right. Now, they're starting early, aren't they? Okay. They think they are. They went ahead with the national anthem early. You did? To come behind the opening? No, they just finished it.
Denver will be kicking.
All righty. They're all waiting for us, and I love it.
Blankenberg is the defender, right? Center
Yes.
half. Center half.
Right.
Gadea's playing
Midfield.
left half or right half.
He might be in the middle. See how they do it.
Yeah. What's McGrutt? Well, he's playing left. McGrutt down the middle as a defensive.
He'll be a sweeper.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
midfielder.
Advocat on the right side. Then we got Granitza down the middle.
Yeah, we have to signal them for the start, and they're going to wait for us.
Stefan Hagen is the right winger then.
All right. Let me know when.
This is really a short field. It's not. It's about 100 yards.
Those are good comments to make, you know, just,
Yeah, it's-
are you sure?
It's wide enough, but it's short, real
Okay.
short.
Yes.
I would see a but.
Back again at Mile High Stadium in Denver. Quickly, the starting lineups as both ball clubs around the field awaiting the kickoff. For the home team, Colorado Caribou, they're going with Arnie Mauser in goal. Number 5, Branko Radovic. Number 3, Matt Barr. Number 6, Dave Clements. And number 4, Greg McCoskey will form the back line. The midfield will be number 7, Brian Tinia. Number 23, Ronnie Blair. Number 17, Scott Strasburg. Up front, Pat McMahon, number 15, Fred Pereira, number 11, and number 8, Joe Mosomo. Action is underway. We'll get to the Sting lineup momentarily. Pereira controlling at the midfield. He gets it to Somo. Here come the Caribou. Play broken up nicely by Clive Griffiths. Action just started here. The Sting against the Caribou. The Caribou in the cellar of the Central Division of the National Conference, and the ball is taken by Gaudet and pushed forward deep into the Caribou zone, where it is taken there and returned to the goalkeeper, Arnie Mauser. The Chicago Sting starting Murph Costin in goal. Number 2, Clive Griffiths, the right back. The center backs, number 23, a brand new acquisition from Hamburg, Germany, Horst Blankenberg, playing his first game. Number 5, Gary Rensing. Number 3, the captain, Bruce Wilson. Now the Sting attacking over on the far side. Karl-Heinz Granitza back to Dick Advocat. Advocat now top of the circle. There's a shot and is deflected by Mauser over the crossbar. We're going to have the first corner kick of the game. A blast by number 22, Dick Advocat, Sting midfielder, who is playing the midfield today with number 17, Dan McCrudden, and number 7, Roberto Gadea, the fine Mexican player from Monterrey. The front line will be Jorgen Christensen at the left wing. Karl-Heinz Granitza, the Sting scoring star, who scored 11 goals in 10 games in the middle. And another new acquisition, Arno Steffenhagen, a right wing from Hamburg, Germany. Here's the corner from Christensen, but it is headed out by Colorado, looking for Somo, broken up by McCrudden. Loose ball in the Colorado area. And the Caribou get the ball up to Jomo Somo. Clears his zone. Ball coming back to Sono in the midfield. Drops it here to the near side. Loose ball taken back by Pereira. Drops here to... Good tackle that time, almost by Gadea. Colorado keeping control of the ball, but the cross is deflected by Bruce Wilson. And that ball goes over the end line. It's going to be a corner kick coming up for the Colorado Caribou. That's their first corner kick of the game. And kicking will be Brian Tinian. Tinian acquired from Team Hawaii last year. That team later moved to Tulsa. Tinian will take the corner kick. He crosses out in front, but Mervyn Costin is right there to stop it. Flings it off to the far side to Dick Advocat, and the Sting once more in control. Karl Granitza with it now on the far side. He's marked, broken up momentarily. Karl still working the ball. Gets it back to Griffiths. Griffiths' pass is broken up by Colorado. And controlling now is Matt Barr, young American player who drops it back into the back line. Dave Clemens, center back for Colorado, is the player coach of the Caribou, and of course Willie Roy, the coach of the Chicago Sting. All right, coming in very quickly now is Tinian, and he throws one on goal that Mervyn Costin has no problem with. Flings it over to the far side to Dick Advocat. Sting moving from the south end of the field to the north end. As you're viewing it from your right to your left, there's a long lead to Granitza. Here comes Karl breaking into the penalty area, slows it down, waits for a little help, takes the shot, but it's right at Arnie Mauser. Karl had Jorgen Christensen coming in from the near side of the area. Elected to go with that strong left foot. Didn't get it all, though, Kenny.
Yeah, Howard, he took it well. It came in. He cut back against the grain there and then did beat the defender, but he just didn't catch all the ball.
All right, Strasburg's intended pass. All right, there's the replay coming up on Karl Granitza breaking in.
In this case, he made a good move and brought the ball in, Howard. And what happened was he really didn't get a good shot off. It was an easy shot for the goal. He wanted to get a little better shot on that one.
Throw in the penalty area is headed by Clive Griffiths over the end line. So the Chicago Sting going to have to defend against another corner kick. Brian Tinian is going to take that kick. To your right, Brian Tinian setting that ball down. Sting defense, deployed, help Mervyn Costin right out in front of the net. Tinian crosses out into the goal area. They go up for the header. Comes out to the top of the area, and Steffenhagen. Watch Arno Steffenhagen, one of the fastest players in soccer. Came to us from Hamburg. Steffenhagen at the 35. He gets it over to Christensen. Into the penalty area. Back to Steffenhagen. He's out in front. Breaks by one man. Granitza shoots. Score!
Beautiful
Karl-Heinz Granitza has just scored his 12th goal of the season in 11 games. And assists may go to both Arno Steffenhagen and Jorgen Christensen, but the Sting has a 1-0 lead. Let's take another look.
This is a beautiful move by Steffenhagen. He lays it off to Jorgensen, which lays it back, takes his time. Defender comes on, it gives it to Granitza, and Granitza puts it right in the corner. Goalie has no chance. But this shows that the Sting had a little patience. Seems like they have they got their confidence. They're just not kicking the ball anywhere. Great play, beautiful setup.
All right, the Caribou back on the attack. Broken up momentarily. Jomo Soma has it. Coming to the top of the penalty area. One-on-one against Bruce Wilson, trying to cross, and Wilson gives up the corner kick. It's going to be taken by Colorado from the near corner. Nick, very quickly, you've just come back from the World Cup down in Argentina. You have not seen this front line of Steffenhagen, Granitza, and Christensen. I think you're going to find that the Sting has a lot of scoring punch they did not have when you left for Argentina.
I tell you, it sure is wonderful to see some scoring.
Sting 1-0. Scoreboard clock shows just over 39 minutes remaining in the first half. Very important game for Chicago as Tinian in the corner kick. Lays it out in front of the goal box. Headed away by McCrudden. Take him back. There's a shot. Broken up by Chicago finally. Steffenhagen trying to run it down. Comes to the near side of the penalty area. Steffenhagen takes it in the corner. Helped along by Christensen. He puts it back out to Blankenberg. Back to Steffenhagen. They're giving Steffenhagen a little bit of room. Up to Roberto Gadea. Gadea, who played with the Mexican champion Monterrey team. Universidad de Nuevo Leon in Monterrey, Mexico. Now Stefan Hagen once again coming over the midfield stripe. He's picked up by Makowski, gives it to Granitza. Granitza breaks by one man. Inside the 35, Granitza stops, goes, tackled away by Dave Clements. Very experienced player coach. Played with the Cosmos. Coach of this ball club. The Caribou 6-13 on the season. The Sting 3-15, looking for some improvement here at Mile High. This coming Wednesday evening, the Chicago Sting will have a home game against the California Surf at Soldier Field. That game will start at 7:30, and the North-South High School All-Star game will precede that, and you can see both games for the price of one. Very reasonable admission. That Soldier Field this Wednesday evening, June 28th, against Stephen David, last year's NASL leading scorer in the California Surf. All right, there's a give and go. Comes back to Christensen. Jorgen fakes left. Goes back to Stefan Hagen to Granitza. Granitza fires a shot, and it is blocked. Grabbed by Arnie Mauser. Remember, information for all Sting home games can be obtained by calling the Sting office at 558-KICK. That's 558-KICK. We got some great promotions coming up for our remaining home games. We'll be telling about them momentarily. These messages, of course, provided by the Chicago Sting. With the ball, Brian Tinian trying to get beyond Blankenberg. Gives it to Burr, right back to Tinian. Tinian working on the near side. Now, there's a cross going on in front. Griffiths goes in the air over Somo's head. Heads it out of the penalty area where Stefan Hagen is there for Chicago. Up to midfield, Dick Advocat. Back to Jorgen Christensen at the 35-yard line. Leads it out nicely to Horst Blankenberg. Blankenberg in his first game for the Sting came from Hamburg, as did Arno Stefan Hagen. Now Granitza again. Karl Heinz breaks to the far side around Dave Clements. Coming to the top of the penalty area, slows it down, gives it to Christensen. Christensen hemmed in by Barr. Drops it back to Granitza once again, almost pushed off the play, and finally pushed off the play by Clements. McCrudden intercepts, however, to Gadea, right back, and the ball is tackled away by Strasburg and driven out of bounds. It's going to be a throw-in for Chicago. Clock running down 36.5 minutes. Kenny?
Howard, we haven't an official word yet on that first goal, but I think both Christensen and Stefan Hagen will receive assists. Both of them could have shot the ball in that instance, but they're both very unselfish players. And Karl Heinz is the scorer on the team, and he did have the highest percentage chance of putting the ball in the back of the net.
The officials for today's game, the referee is Gio Managlia, the linesmen are Vince Ventimiglia and John Hecking. All right, Chicago's Blankenberg with the ball. Leads it up to Stefan Hagen. Back to Blankenberg, Captain Bruce Wilson. Stefan Hagen near the sideline, and he loses it to Makowski. There's a lead to Jomo Somo, but McCrudden, beautiful play, gets between Makowski and Jomo Somo, and McCrudden shields Jomo Somo off the ball, and so the Sting able to return. And now Stefan Hagen put down by Makowski, but Wilson is there to drive it upfield. Dave Clements waiting for the Colorado Caribou. Clock shows just over 35.5 minutes. Sting ahead 1-0 on Karl Heinz Granitza's 12th of the season. Jomo Sono tackled away from him by Gadea. Roberto gets it right back up to Dick Advocat. Over to Clive Griffiths, overlapping from his right fullback spot. He has Karl Heinz. Granitza starting to move in. Right back to Christensen. Fakes left, goes right. Coming back to the top of the penalty area, looking for a little bit of help. He back kicks it to Gadea. Gadea coming now. Fires the shot, goes over the goal. It's going to be a goal kick for Colorado. It's 1-0 Chicago, and we're going to be back after this message.
Want to bring out the point. Did you see how, what's the name? Stefan Hagen is playing all the way on this side. What's happening in the World Cup is the same thing. The wingers are really not staying on their wings. They're crossing over. They're moving a lot. They're playing the midfield. In other words, there's...
Okay. Okay, if you have...
if we have a chance. No problem.
That's it's okay. Just when she says...
Everything is going fine. How's it going for you? Can you figure that?
They just screwed up.
No, Granitza scored.
Yeah.
Well, that's, you know, we know who scored. So did the fans who were watching the game.
to the action. A Sting attack blunted as the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Roberto Gadea. The Colorado Caribou will throw that ball in and start an attack of their own. The statistics are here, Ken, and it looks like they've awarded the Sting first goal to Arno Steffenhagen.
That's right, Howard, but it's a mistake, and I'm sure they'll correct it. That was Granitza's goal, and they gave out 2 assists, and I'm sure before it's all over, they're going to give the goal to Granitza and give the assist to Christensen and Steffenhagen.
Well, the TV replay here on Channel 9 will certainly show that. Here comes Dick Advocaat for Chicago. Sting moving from your right to your left. Drops it back, Horst Blankenberg. New center fullback moving toward the 35-yard line. There's the lead intended for Steffenhagen, but Mikowski runs Steffenhagen off the ball, a little bit ahead of him, pushes it up to Clements. Clements almost lost track, a little sleeping on that play, and Granitza was almost able to take that ball away. There's a play broken up by Christensen to get it to Granitza. Karl-Heinz now coming one-on-one, fakes left, goes right, trying to break around. Radovic comes out to Christensen, he shoots, stopped, rebound, Steffenhagen scores! And that time, Steffenhagen does get the goal. A shot by Christensen was blocked by Mauser, and there was Arno Steffenhagen out in front. It's 2-0 Chicago, and we're going to try to take another look at that goal. The Sting leads with 32.5 minutes to play in the first half. Nick, let's take a look.
Okay, in this case, Granitza makes a nice move, lays it back to Christensen. Christensen takes the great shot. On this situation, the goalie should have actually hang on to it. He bounced it right out of his hands, and Steffenhagen was right there to put it in the corner. I think goalie's mistake on this part.
Yeah, he certainly doesn't want to knock it out in front. If anything, he might have wanted to deflect that ball wide if he can't hold on to it.
Strasburg with it for Colorado, breaking inside the 35-yard line. Gives it to Tinian on the near side. Tinian puts it in the penalty area, broken up by Gary Rensing. He gets it to McCrudden. The crowd is shouting for a handball. However, it certainly wasn't intentional by Rensing, if it indeed had happened. Now Gadea with it for Chicago. Gadea has a man, Wilson, overlapping on the near side. Here comes Bruce inside the 35, trying to catch up to him is Strasburg. Wilson pushes it back to the 35. Roberto Gadea is there. Taps it to Christensen. Jorgen goes across the other side of the field to Blankenberg, who has come up from a center fullback spot. Horst now picked up. There's a lead pass to Roberto Gadea, but the ball is tapped over the end line, and it looks like it's going to be a goal kick for Colorado.
Goal kick, Colorado coming up.
And we are going to be back after this message.
They can also bring out the point, see what they're doing. You got to make the ball do the running. It's really hot out there. Don't do all the running yourself, because if you do all the running, let the ball do the running for you. In other words, get in your position, lay the ball off. Don't try to kill yourself. No,
I think it's great.
Should I be able to hear Mona? I can't hear anything. I don't know when they're breaking it up.
I can't hear her either. So I guess you're the only one, Howard.
Signal before we get back on.
Yeah.
Okay. How's that, Mona?
Back to the action. The Colorado Caribou in their own zone, Sting ahead 2-0. Goals by Karl-Heinz Granitza and Arno Steffenhagen. And for Steffenhagen, that's his first goal in a Sting uniform. You fans watching the Chicago Sting for the first time are going to find it very difficult to believe the Sting has a record of 3-15. Here's Tinian trying to break around Wilson. Great tackle by Wilson. Pushes the ball off the end line. We're going to have a corner kick, but it was a good corner kick to give away. Well, the Sting has made a lot of changes. New coach Willie Roy, some great new players. There's the cross out in front. The head ball goes wide as Fred Pereira, a young American who played with Fort Lauderdale last year and was traded here to Colorado, didn't get the right direction on that header and pushed it over the end line. So a goal kick coming up for Chicago. Kenny?
Chicago got very fortunate there, Howard. He was totally on mark on that corner kick, and that shouldn't happen. He should have somebody on him all the time on those corner kicks.
All right, Sting trying to come out of their own zone. Jorgen Christensen with the ball. Lead pass to Advocaat, but is broken up by Dave Clements. Clements advancing inside the 35-yard line. Feeds over on the far side, almost broken up, gets right back to Clements. Clements now takes a long shot, and it goes way to the far side. It's going to be a goal kick for Chicago. As we were telling you, there's a ball game coming up at Soldier Field at 7:30 against the tough California Surf, a team that defeated the Sting earlier in the year out in California. And they now have Steve David, last year's leading scorer in the league, as looks like Dick Advocaat really put down hard out there by Radovich. So we're going to have a free kick for Chicago. It comes out to Blankenberg. Then on July 4th, we're going to have quite a party at Wrigley Field at 2:30, Tuesday, July 4th. It's Ovaltine Day as the Sting takes on the Tulsa Roughnecks. The Tulsa coach, old friend Alex Skaterek, who played with the Sting for 3 years and has now been appointed coach with the resignation of Bill Foltz. Tulsa will be here July 4th. The first 5,000 youngsters of that game get a set of beautiful Ovaltine Chicago Sting headbands. What did I say? Headbands? I'm getting excited with this 2-0 lead. They're getting a pair of beautiful Ovaltine wristbands. Chicago Sting Ovaltine wristbands. That's Ovaltine Day on July 4th at Wrigley Field at 2:30. And then on Sunday, July 9th, Colorado is in Chicago for a return game. That's going to be Yo Play Yogurt Day. That's 2:30 at Wrigley Field. And the first 5,000 youngsters are going to get a handsome permanent megaphone, compliments of the Sting and Yo Play Yogurt. So some great action coming up at Soldier Field and Wrigley Field. Advocaat put down by Clements, and a foul called against Clements. Going to give a free kick to the Chicago Sting, and Advocaat has a few words to say.
He really got kicked.
All right, now let's have another look at that.
Okay, in this case, he just went for his legs, and he took him straight down. He wasn't even going for the ball. The referee could have cautioned him in this case because he was definitely not going for the ball.
All right, Colorado coming out of their own zone. Brian Tinian drops it back to Clements. Do you guys notice how they are playing the near side of the field constantly, the right side of the field? They are not going to the left wings at all. There's a long lead pass to Tinian. Tinian and Blankenberg. Blankenberg, a great sliding tackle. And, man, it really hurt when Jerry Ingram was injured in the Houston game, but Willie Roy was able to acquire the services of Horst Blankenberg. Okay, and a corner kick coming up. And there's a great tackle by Blankenberg.
I think they feel Tinian is much quicker than the left winger, and they're going down the right side so he can hit the crossballs.
Their leading scorer, Sead Susic, is not in the ballgame today. He was injured. Ferrera's taking his place. There's a cross in front. Costin grabs it, top of the goal box. The Sting leading 2-0. Just over 26.5 minutes remaining in the first half of play. Remember, Chicago at home on the 28th of June at Soldier Field. A Wednesday evening game against California. That'll be the North-South High School All-Star game. There's a long lead to Christensen, but it's beyond him. It's going deep into the Colorado zone, and the Caribou take over. On the 4th of July, a Tuesday afternoon at 2:30 at Wrigley Field, the Sting hosts the Tulsa Roughnecks and Alex Skaterek, and that's Ovaltine Day. First 5,000 youngsters get Sting Ovaltine wristbands. Then on July 9th, it's the Public Catholic High School All-Star Game. Here comes Jomo Somo and the Sting playing Colorado again, and the first 5,000 youngsters get Yo Play Yogurt microphone. Somo puts it to Tinian. Tinian crosses. Up in the air goes Griffiths. It goes over everybody's head. Pereira trying to run it down. Far side of the penalty box. Picked up by Griffiths. And Griffiths is able to hammer that ball past the 35-yard line. All right, Radovich coming back for Colorado. Radovich's shot is deflected out in front. There's Somo, the shot to score by Fred Pereira. As the Colorado Caribou draw blood here at Mile High Stadium, Freddie Pereira getting the goal. And we're going to take another look at that. It is now 2-1 Chicago.
Chicago is unlucky on this one. Here he takes the shot. If it doesn't hit the defense, Clausen has had it, and it comes out perfectly to the Caribou guy. Very unlucky on the part of the Sting in this case. Clausen had no chance.
Howard, I couldn't see who that was, but
it was Pereira who got the goal. That was his first goal of the season.
No, one of the Sting defenders quit on that play. It looked like just stopped running there after the ball was deflected, and Pereira just kept going, and he's a tremendous opportunist.
Danny McFadden with the ball for Chicago. The Sting now finds their 2-0 lead, trimmed to 2-1. Sting has goals by Gwinitz and Steffenhagen. Colorado is answered with a goal by Freddie Pereira. This Colorado team is dangerous. Don't take them lightly. Stay with us. This is going to be exciting action here on Channel 9. By the way, our next television game on Channel 9 is going to be July 12th, a Wednesday evening, when the Sting goes to Memphis to play the interdivisional rival Memphis Rogues. So make sure you stay tuned in for that. Here's Christensen. Trying to break around Mikowski, coming to the top of the penalty area. He's got Rensing on the near side. Still working with the ball. Gives it to Rensing, coming to the top of the area. Feeds it out to Gadea. Gadea shoots, and it's deflected. Beautiful save by Mauser. Gadea, a strong left-footed shot. It's going to be a corner kick for Chicago. You got to credit Arnie Mauser with a good save on that one.
Tremendous save there by Mauser. Good play on Chicago's part as Rensing joined the attack on that play and put the ball through from Christensen to Gadea. Gadea had Mauser all to himself.
Oh, what he should have done is hit maybe the long corner. We had the Granitza coming in the far corner. So if he shot to the far corner and deflected, I think we might have got another goal.
Here's Christensen on the corner kick. Comes out to the top of the box, headed toward the goal, and kicked off the line by Clemens. High ball coming into the sting zone, headed by Rensing up toward Wilson. But it's going to be taken instead by Tinian. Tinian drives it all the way back deep into his own zone, and Mauser has to come out for the Colorado Caribou. Sting leading 2-1. Soccer 78 continues after this message.
Thank you.
Thank you, Colorado.
That's what I said.
Ma'am?
Would you tell your PR people that the first goal was scored by Granitza and not Stefan Hagen? It's right on the replay.
Okay, back again. The Chicago Sting trying to come out of their own zone with Horst Blankenberg. Blankenberg and his teammate Arno Steffenhagen on the Sting now. Steffenhagen right wing, Blankenberg the center back. Advocat at the midfield, almost tapped away from him. But Clive Griffiths breaks through that ball into the Colorado side. A whistle blows, foul called against Fred Pereira. It's going to give the Sting a free kick on the Colorado side of midfield. In fact, Blankenberg is just putting it just over the edge. Horst Blankenberg wearing number 23. Chicago, of course, in if you're watching in color, black jerseys, yellow pants, yellow numerals and trim. Colorado in all white uniform, black numerals and trim. Griffiths lays it out to Karl-Heinz Granitza, moving down the far side. Coming to the top of the penalty area, his cross, intended for Advocat, is broken up by Ronnie Blair. Blair in the back gives it to Makowski. Up it goes, a long lead pass. Here comes Colorado, up out of their own zone. Pat McMahon has it for the Colorado Caribou. Rensing trailing him. Puts it over on the far side, but Makowski could not get back to get it. So it's going to be thrown in by Advocat. Score, Chicago 2, Colorado 1. 21 minutes, 40 seconds remaining in the first half as Arno Steffenhagen starts a run. Here comes Steffenhagen breaking to the near side. Steffenhagen has one man to beat. Now he waits, comes across, shoots, scores! Arno Steffenhagen has scored his second goal of the game, and he just waited until he saw Pereira, check that, Mauser, moving out, and then he had a wide open net, and he hit his second goal. Let's take a look. Dick?
In this case, he waits, he's real patient, takes the player inside. Now what he does is he's using the defender as a screen, hits it, and it was right in the upper corner. Great shot, great shot.
Howard, that was a tremendous run on the part of Christensen there, and he perhaps acted as a decoy.
I think you're right, because a lot of the defenders were looking over expecting a pass to Christensen.
That's right. As he came around the back of Steffenhagen, the defender cheated a little bit towards Christensen. He thought he was going to go. And unfortunately, Christensen seems to have pulled up a little bit lame. He's over on the far side right now talking to the trainer. Gee, I hope it's nothing serious, because that'd be a tremendous loss.
Karl Granitza, 12 goals in 11 ball games now. This game is still far from over. There's a lead pass out to McMahon. McMahon being tracked by Gary Rensing, trying to break around Rensing. Tries to cross it. Clive Griffiths is there to stop it to Rensing. He puts it upfield to Steffenhagen, but is broken up by Makowski. This cross, stopped by Blankenberg, and Rensing pushes it over the end line. It'll be interesting to see if they called a corner, or was it last touched by McMahon. No, they're calling a corner kick for Colorado. Tinian apparently takes corners on both sides for Colorado. He's going over to the far corner to take it. The scoreboard clock shows just over 20 minutes to go in the first half. The Chicago Sting ahead, 3-1. A goal by Granitza and 2 by Arno Steffenhagen. And if you have not seen this new Sting team, you've got to come out to Soldier and Wrigley Field to see them play. All right, here's the corner. It's crossed out in front, up for the header. Goes high in the air. Pereira and Costin comes up with it. Lays it out to Jorgen Christensen. He traps it, pushes it out to Steffenhagen. Over the 35 to Roberto Gadea. He is tracked by Strasburg. Instead,
let me
goes
mention
to
just one thing.
Yeah, Nick.
23. Do you see how the center half, the new Blankenberg, the new style of attacking center half? He's all over the field. He's just not staying at center half. He's on the right wing. He's going in for the goal. He's over left and right. This is the new, Holland invented this new modern attacking center half. And this kid Blankenberg is playing it great.
There's Christensen trying to put it into Gadea. Jomo Somo is there to tap that ball, but it's kept in by Gadea. I was about to say he was going to tap it over the sideline, but Gadea kept it in. Unfortunately, putting it into the penalty area, it went over the end line. So a goal kick coming, and now Granitza still a little bit limping as he's going back in his position. The throw-in coming from Matt Barr out to Radovich. Up it comes to the player coach Dave Clemens. Clemens moves it over the midfield stripe. This is Brian Tinian with it. Very fine midfielder. Back to Clemens. Breaks by Stefan Hagen. Inside the 35. A pass broken up by Blankenberg. Puts it back to the 35-yard line where it's taken by Advocat. Up to Stefan Hagen. Here comes Arno. He's a speedball. Drops it back to Granitza. Slows it down. Starting to move. He's got Stefan Hagen with him. Breaks left. Goes right. Back to Stefan Hagen. And is taken away finally by Greg Mikowski. Over on the far side it goes to Tinian. Tinian's pass is broken up. Good tackle by Advocat. The ball goes over the sideline marker. We want to remind you, Chicago Sting tickets for the 7 remaining home games, 3 at Soldier Field and 4 at Wrigley Field, are available at the Sting office at 333 North Michigan in Chicago, at Ticketron outlets, and at Soldier and Wrigley Field box office the day of the game. If you want information on any of the games coming up or on the Sting Group discount plan, call Jim Paskowitz at the Sting office at 558-5425. Operators are on duty. They'll take your message. Here's Gadea. Gadea getting a loose ball, breaking into the area. Gadea into the penalty area. He slows things down, waiting for help. Back to Karl-Heinz Granitza. He's picked up by Barr. Breaks left, takes the shot. Grabbed by Mauser. Karl-Heinz, a thunderball off his left foot, and Mauser makes the stop. All right, Nick. Let's take a peek at Karl-Heinz and that strong left leg.
I tell you, he's really got a tremendous left leg. He really pops this one. Mauser does a good job of keeping that ball. Luckily, he was in that corner. Otherwise, it would have been right in the upper top corner. Great shot. He's got a great left foot.
Colorado coming. There's a long lead intended for Tinian. He's never going to make it. Now that was Strasburg breaking. We just saw the number 7. Strasburg never going to make it. Ball went over the sideline. It's going to be thrown in by Chicago's Clive Griffiths. Out to Horst Blankenberg. If you're just joining us, the Sting leading 3-1. We have just under 17 minutes in the first half. The first goal by Karl-Heinz Granitza, his 12th of the season, followed by a goal by Arno Steffenhagen, his first for the Chicago Sting, answered by Fred Pereira at 1923, made it 2-1. Then Steffenhagen, another goal, his second of the season and a second of the game. Sting leading 3-1. Horst Blankenberg with the ball. Threatened momentarily by McMahon, gives it back to Griffiths. Clive just taking his time. Now back to Blankenberg. Jerry Ingram, Derek Spaulding didn't make the trip. They're injured. Not seriously. They should be back in action soon. Christensen with it, taking a good pass from Advocat. Christensen at the 35, looking for a little help. Broken up by Clemens, but Christensen gets it right back. Christensen working the way toward the top of the penalty area, but the head ball by Radovich goes to Mikowski. Mikowski of Colorado as the Caribou in white uniforms with black numerals and trim in the middle of the field. A back kick goes to Ronnie Blair. Blair moving into the Sting zone. Off on the far side to, looks like Mikowski. Mikowski out there to Tinian. Tinian in the restraining circle. Broken up beautifully by Griffiths. Taken back by Somo. Somo drops it back to Clemens. He fires and he misses to the near side of the net. A goal kick coming up for Chicago. No, they're going to call that a corner.
Howard, that ball got deflected just as it left the foot there. And you could see by the way Mervin acted, because Mervin was going at the other corner. And the ball went wide to Mervin's left, and he was going at the right corner.
All right, a corner kick coming up. Sting leading 3-1, just over 15 minutes remaining in the first half. And this time Dave Clements is going to take the corner kick. This is the first one that Tinian hasn't taken. It's a short one, headed away by Gadea. It's going to roll out of bounds on the near side, so it's a throw-in. On the throw-in, the player must have the ball over his head and 2 feet planted firmly on the ground. Right, Ken Stern, player for SMU?
That's right, Howard. He has to follow through also. He cannot stop.
Here's the shot. It hits Rensing in the shoulder in this case.
All right, action. Great save, Costin. Beautiful save, Costin.
Oh.
Colorado still trying to attack. Loose ball out in front. Somo has it. Somo shoots and scores. Costin out of position, down on the ground. Jomo Somo got the loose ball, shoots and scores. And Colorado has again crept within 1. The Caribou leading 3-2. Let's take a look at it. All right, Nick.
Okay, in this case, I think what we missed in the earlier part of the play is that our defenders did not clear. they had a chance. I think Rensing had a chance to really bomb it out, and he just left it. Just get an easy tap back in the middle, and we got scored on because we're keeping the ball right. You got to clear it out of that penalty area. That's the danger area.
It's 3-2 now. Chicago's lead cut back to 1 goal. Less than 14 minutes to play. Mervyn Costin is down on the ground. The trainers are coming out to take a look at him. And we're going to be back with Chicago Sting Soccer 78 after this message.
Terrible play there.
Jesus, nobody cleared. They had the chance to clear.
Gary had to clear it.
Right.
It had to go out.
Right. That was the play right there. You should see in Argentina. Man, they get it anywhere. Boom, it's gone. They don't fool around in there.
About 30 seconds on the clock ran off. They didn't stop the time.
They don't.
Well, that's okay.
An injury timeout was supposed to run.
No, the referee has to stop the clock. He can let that clock.
I was telling them to stop it, and
Really?
they weren't stopping.
Oh, well,
You're
okay.
Right. How much time we got?
Very short.
Jeez, that was terrible.
Mervyn Costin is okay. Chicago Sting kicking off following the goal by Jomo Somo. Looking at the statistics for Somo, that's his 6th goal of the season, and that ties him for the goal leadership with Zijad Susic, the center forward from Red Star Belgrade, who is not in the ballgame today. All right, Colorado once again with the ball. It comes to Tinian. The Caribou attacking on the near side. 3-2 Chicago leads to Somo. Back to Tinian. Tinian slips and falls down. Gadea has it, but his pass is intercepted momentarily. Roberto gets it right back. Advocat inside the Colorado half. He drops it back for Karl Heinz. Here comes Granitza at the 35. He's got Gadea breaking to the near side, gives it to Christensen instead, and he's pushed off the ball by Matt Barr, and the referee, Managlia, says no, play on. Tinian coming. Gary Rensing dropping him back on him. Inside the 35, looking for Somo. He gets Somo, top of the restraining circle, trying to get around Wilson. He shoots, and the ball goes over the end line. A goal kick coming up, and we are going to be back with Chicago Sting. No, check that. We'll keep it here. That was another deflection, apparently, which we did not see, and there's going to be a corner kick coming up for Colorado. So the Caribou have a dangerous opportunity here to tie up this game. Ronnie Blair was going to take it, but he leaves it for player coach Dave Clements. Clock shows just over 12 minutes to go in the first half. Sting leading 3-2. Colorado threatening. There's the cross, and Costin goes up and gets it easily. He's got Christensen on the far side, rolls it out. Blankenberg is going to tap it to Christensen. Jorgen up to the 35, past the 35 to Advocat. He's got Wilson on the near side, tries to break around Clements. Clements puts down Advocat. He says play on. Griffiths intercepts the pass and drives it back into the Colorado zone where Blair is there. Hey, a little poem. Blair is there. All right, Howard Balson with Kenny Stern and Nick Pratt. Nick just returned from the World Cup. Kenny just returned from Dallas when we watched Dallas beat Memphis last night 3-0. Strasburg now back to Blair. Blair crosses in the penalty area, headed out by Griffiths. Greg Mikowski from Southern Illinois University going over to get that ball for Colorado. His return broken up by McCrudden. Throws a shot on goal. Costin is there, loses it, but Bruce Wilson is going to clear the zone for Chicago. Almost dangerous. Now there's a return. It comes back to Tinian, but Gary Rensing gets it out. Strasburg has it to Jomo Somo. Colorado continuing to put on the pressure to Tinian. Back to Somo. He has Wilson to beat. Goes to his left. His shot broken up by Griffiths. They come back by Mikowski to the near side. Matt Baer throws it back into the penalty area. McCrudden shouldered out of the play, but a foul called. The referee saw Pereira shouldering Danny McCrudden. It's going to be a foul against Colorado. Free kick for Chicago. The Sting leading 3-2. We'll be back with Soccer 78 after this message.
See Willie there?
What is he doing?
He's yelling at
It's
somebody.
going fine. Only one thing, Mona.
The ref.
I don't think we better go to a replay if the attacking team has a throw in, okay?
This guy's not calling anything.
Huh?
This ref.
No, he's not calling a thing.
No comment on it.
Gadea standing there watching too. He's going to have to hustle a little bit more. He's watching the guy run right past him.
He's not defensive.
That's okay, kid. No sweat. Everything's going good. No sweat. Chicago Sting in control of the ball. Under 9.5 minutes remaining, a long lead intended for Advocat. Run down by Blair, and Blair taps it back to Mauser in the Colorado goal. Nick, it looks like the Sting has McCrudden at the right fullback spot, Wilson at left, with Griffiths and Blankenberg as center backs.
Yes, what they did, I think Willie Roy changed it around. He feels Griffiths a little stronger in the middle, has a little bit more knowledge, while McCrudden a little bit more maybe physical.
And height, good height for the ball.
Yeah, right, for the head balls.
Coming in now for Colorado. There's a header. It goes over everybody's head. Jomo Somo's going to run it down on the near side. Picked up by Gary Rensing. He crosses out in front. Head ball heading toward the goal, but it skips off to the left. It's going over the end line. A goal kick coming up for Chicago.
Howard, Willie's also got Gary Rensing marking Jomo Sono out of the game right now. Gary's especially well adept at marking a player one-on-one, marking other teams' best players. He did against Trevor Francis.
He held Francis, I believe, to one shot in the Sting's 2-0 win over
That's
Detroit.
right. Willie wants Gary on Jomo Sono now, I believe.
All right, Blankenberg, Horst Blankenberg of the Chicago Sting. Over the midfield stripe to Steffenhagen, to Advocat. Intercepted, however, by Pat McMahon. McMahon of Colorado leads it up to Somo once again. Somo's got Tinian on the near side, but Gadea comes back to break it up. Good move by Roberto. Rensing to Christensen. Christensen has 3 men to beat, and he tries to drop it back to Steffenhagen. Intercepted. Gadea comes in to break up the play. However, McMahon controlling. Advocat tries a flying tackle. It misses. McMahon has it, broken up momentarily by Christensen. McMahon back to Clemens. Clemens, a long lead pass. He's got Strasburg coming up. Gadea coming back on him. Here's Strasburg coming in the penalty area by Gadea. Crosses in front and broken up by Gary Rensing, and he gets it back to Gadea. He clears the zone. He gets Steffenhagen. He has Barr to beat. Puts a great play on Barr. Here's Steffenhagen breaking around Barr. Steffenhagen is teaching Barr a couple of lessons before Barr is able to tap that ball on the side. How about that run, Nick?
Great run by him. He took him on one side, took him again. He really didn't get that much support, so didn't have any place to lay the ball off.
All right, Granitza with the ball, and a foul called against Granitza. Pushing off in the penalty area against Greg Mikowski is going to give the Colorado Caribou a free kick in their own zone. The Sting leading 3-2 with 7 minutes to go in the first half. We'll be back after this message. Thank you.
Good tackle. Nice ball. Nice ball. Nice ball. I think they can score. Ooh, that was a bad ball. Let's go up, 2 up. Corner kick.
As we return to the action at Mile High Stadium, a corner kick coming up for Colorado. Sting ahead 3-2, less than 6 to go in the first half. And now Pat McMahon is coming back. Apparently they don't want him to take the corner kick. They want Brian Tinian to do it, and the veteran is going over to take it. Sting had a pretty good attack going while we were away for the commercial. Some good teamwork between Christensen and Steffenhagen, broken up at the last possible moment by the Colorado defense. And now Mikowski is coming over maybe to fake a short corner. Tinian in the far corner, approaches the ball. Now he stops, he fakes, trying to get the defense a little bit rattled. Comes again, he crosses. The head ball is pushed out by McMahon, back to Tinian, and a foul called against Colorado. is going to give the Sting a free kick in the penalty area. Kenny?
They called offsides right there, Howard. The ball came through, and it really shouldn't have been called because Bruce Wilson was still on the far post. And it came right back to their man who should be offsides if Chicago comes up. But as it is, it was called anyways, and we'll take it.
See, in that case, Kenny, what happened was Wilson was inside the goal. He's not classified as an extra man now because he was inside the goal. He was not on the field. So that's why they gave the offside in this case.
You're right there, Nick.
Long pass coming to Bruce Wilson on the near side. 4.5 minutes to go in the half. Sting leading 3-2. Wilson yelling at Steffenhagen to get into position as Clyde Griffiths gets the ball for Chicago. He comes up to Advocat. Coming over his back is Mikowski. No call. Griffiths gets it back. Griffiths at midfield. A long lead to Steffenhagen, but it goes over his foot. Cummins is going to run it down. Steffenhagen tries to shoulder him out of the way. Can't do it. Steffenhagen gets the ball back. And he slips. The ball rolls over the sideline, and it's going to be thrown in by Colorado. Boy, the Steffenhagen is an exciting player. He's got great moves.
He certainly is. He can lull you to sleep, and all of a sudden he'll take off right by you.
All right. Coming out of their own zone, the Caribou. Jomo Somo. Rensing on him. Rensing all over Somo. Pushes it up to Tinian. Gives a little ground over to Ronnie Blair. Blair at the 35-yard line. Gives it back to Tinian. Marked by Gadea. Tinian trying to break around Gadea. He does get around Gadea. Still controlling the ball. Top of the penalty area. Broken up by Rensing. Taken right back. Here's Scott Blair. They try to give and go to McMahon, but Rensing is there to break it up. Finally, the ball is cleared upfield. We're waiting for it is Branko Radovic. Radovic makes his run, gets by Gadea. Radovic near side of the penalty area. The cross broken up by Rensing, coming to Gadea on the near side, but the head ball won by Blair. Foul on Blair. He throws his hands down disgustedly. The crowd boos. It looked like a good foul to me, Nick.
Oh, definitely. Definitely was right on his back. We finally got a call for a change from the referee. He finally seen that one.
Yes.
Willie Roy was out there complaining to the ref a few minutes ago, and maybe has done some good. And now McCrudden loses it momentarily. Pereira almost stole the ball as McCrudden, a little bit slow out there, finally got the ball back to Mervyn Costin, out to Horst Blankenberg. So the Sting in control. They're ahead by 1. Less than 3 to go. There's a pass intercepted by Clemens. Taken by Roberto Gadea. He gets around Strasburg to the near side. Jorgen Christensen, one-on-one against Clemens. Fakes Clemens to the left, goes right, gives it back to Gadea. Gadea taking his time to Karl-Heinz Granitza. Burst by his man. Here comes Karl-Heinz. Had a lead. I don't know if he was trying to shoot or give it to Steffenhagen, who was breaking from the near side, but it went over the end line. It's going to be a goal kick for Colorado as Karl-Heinz really put his man down. Blair, he just faked him right out of his shoes there.
Yes, he's very quick turning on the ball, Howard. He's tremendous, and he'll get by you right away if you don't go down as he gets the ball.
All right, Blair moves it up to Tinian, but the header is won by Wilson to Christensen. Lets it go, but Clemens is there for Colorado. Pushes it over to the far side to Greg Mikowski, youngster from Southern Illinois, coming in against Advocat. There's a cross out in front, and the header, Griffiths, he pushes that ball over the end line. He gave up the corner, but it was a good thing he did because Colorado looked very dangerous. Now we're running down toward the minute-and-a-half mark as Tinian crosses it outside the penalty area. But a bad hitter by Strasburg gives it to the Sting's Dick Advocat.
Beautiful ball.
Long lead for Steffenhagen. Arno Steffenhagen coming in on the goal. He shoots, and he just goes wide. Was it deflected, or will it be a goal kick? Arno Steffenhagen on a strong run, going for the hat trick. He pushed it off to the far side, and Steffenhagen says it should be a corner kick, but the linesman down there, Ventimiglia, says no, it's a goal kick. So now with just over a minute to go in the first half, Sting ahead by 1 goal, 3-2. Dave Clemens with it. Great pass from Advocat to Steffenhagen. Arno has 2 goals this afternoon, Granitza 1. McCrudden gets the header to Advocat. Roberto Gadea. Over to Horst Blankenberg. We urge you fans to come out and really support the Chicago Sting in the second half of the season. As you can see, it's a whole different ball club that went down to those defeats at the beginning. It's a very exciting, explosive team to watch. Fellas like Granitza, Christensen, Steffenhagen, Advocat. Got Horst Blankenberg in there now with Roberto Gadea, Gary Rensing, Wilson, Mervyn the Magician, Costin back fit. Yes, sir. Come out and see professional soccer. Exciting Chicago Sting professional soccer. All right. Blankenberg up to the far side to Dick Advocat. Leads to Arno Steffenhagen. Arno to Gunitsa. Gunitsa one-on-one, top of the penalty area, looking for a little bit of room to get that shot away. There's the lead to Christensen. Christensen, near side of the penalty area, puts a move on, trying to go to the end line and down. Getting under that ball and pushing it over the end line was Radovic, but there is the end of the first half. The score out here at Mile High Stadium, the Chicago Sting 3, the Colorado Caribou 2, and we'll be back with halftime after this. All right, let's go back on camera. All right, you guys are going to talk. I'm going to introduce you. You're going to talk.
Hey, keeper.
Yeah, I know. You got about 3.5 minutes. Don't be afraid to talk. Don't be afraid to say things.
Okay, who was kicking? Wait till they clear. He's kicking, right?
You guys are supposed to leave. We get to stay.
Okay. Oh, you're a dumb. Thank you, Chuck.
They know where the lines are. Yeah. Kids, it's this line over here. Kids, listen up. It's this line over here.
This game,
Getting set for action out on the field are 7 and 8-year-olds, boys and girls.
Back we are at Mile High Stadium in Denver, Colorado. The Chicago Sting holding on to a precarious 3-2 lead. It was certainly an explosive first half. Not too much midfield play, but a lot of run and gun action. For the next few minutes, we're going to throw the ball to a couple of soccer experts with us in the booth. Nick Kratt, who has just returned from Argentina, and a former professional player, Ken Stern, who really knows his way around soccer. He's grown up with it, a player for Southern Methodist University, and we're going to kind of throw the mic over to Nick and Ken and see what they think of the first half and what we can look to in the second half.
Well, I thought it was a pretty well played first half. But I think what the Sting's going to have to do the second half is because it's very hot here. It's almost probably about 90 degrees out there.
Nick, why don't you take the mic here?
About 90 degrees out there, and it's very humid. So what the players are going to have to do is they're going to have to let the ball do the running instead of themselves doing most of the running. I think a little better support from the midfielders instead of just having the 3 forwards doing all the work. A little better support so they can lay the ball back. I think this is going to be the key. More teamwork, better support, working in units. Everybody attacking and everybody defending, just not 2 or 3 attacking and the other one's laying back. I know it's hot out there, but they're going to have to do it all in one unit, and this is the way it's done. The new modern soccer with the way Holland is playing it together, I think this is where it's going to go.
Kenny, what do you think about the second half? Will Colorado change their strategy? Will the Sting go defensive, or will we continue to try to score?
No, the game's 90 minutes long, and there's 45 minutes left to play, and Chicago can't afford to go defensive or Colorado take the attack right to him. I agree with Nick. It's very hot out. Chicago's going to have to let the ball do the work, and they're going to all have to work for each other. It's also the air is very thin here in Denver, Mile High Stadium, and it's going to be interesting. Chicago's going to have to concentrate mentally for the entire game. They've had a few breakdowns where they've played good for 80 minutes, and the game is 90 minutes long, and they're going to have to play for 90 minutes.
All right, thank you, Kenny and Nick, and we're going to be back with the Windmill Vitamin Willie Roy Mini Clinic after this message from your local station. Great.
We don't feel it because we haven't run any. We don't have time to take.
All right, we got some time to relax now because after these commercials, we're going to the Willie Roy Windmill Vitamin Mini Clinic. Tell you, they're very slow on their stats around here, aren't they? Oh, we got about I would say 4 minutes.
Okay.
You can talk. You can relax.
Did they ever rep the first goal? I guess not.
I don't know. You might want to check that. Yes, dear. Colorado has a two-man wall there. They're certainly not 10 yards away from our vantage point, but the referee is standing right there. He has not cautioned them back. Now he does. Now they're going to move back. Jorgen Christensen, number 10, will take it for Chicago. Moves into the ball. He chips it into the penalty area, but Steffenhagen did not get a good start. It comes right back to Christensen. 3-2 Chicago. There's the lead to Advocat. Advocat is pushed off the ball. Good move, good defensive move by Dave Clements. And with 35.5 minutes remaining in the second half, Sting leading 3-2. Strasburg comes out with it to Pat McMahon. A lot of room to work. Over to McCoskey on the far side. Now back to McMahon, top of the restraining circle. They're giving him room. He almost breaks through. Finally, it's broken up. Advocat goes off to Arno Steffenhagen. Steffenhagen has Radovich to beat. Inside the 35.
Watch Christensen.
Goes to the right. And the ball tackled away very nicely by Radovich. Christensen and Steffenhagen controlling. That should be Granitza and Steffenhagen controlling. Christensen had to get back on sides. He had penetrated a little too deeply, but Radovich made a good tackle. All right. Strasburg to Tinian. Tinian attacking now with Strasburg overlapping. He gets the pass, moving to the top of the penalty area, picked up by Advocat. He crosses out in front, headed by Blankenberg, and you saw it. Mervyn Costin had to make a diving save. It was almost an own goal. Let's take another look at it once again. Nick?
I think in this case, he was just trying to deflect it, didn't catch enough of it, and I'm going to tell you, Mervyn made a great save. Thank you, Mervyn.
There's Christensen, his run to Gadea. Gadea, far side of the penalty area, ridden off the ball by Radovich, and Branko Radovich is coming out of it, up to Pereira. Fred Pereira for the Colorado Caribou. The score is 3-2 Chicago. Just over 34 minutes to go in the game. Now, Blair is making a run. He has Tinian. Tinian moving. He has some room. He crosses. It's broken up. A shot goes just wide. Looked like a head ball that time, and I think they're going to give a corner kick to Colorado. The head ball by the Chicago defender, Bruce Wilson, I believe, Kenny.
Howard, that was a very dangerous ball sent in there by Tinian. It was sent just far enough so that Costin had to be indecisive about coming out. He didn't know whether to come after it or to stay on the line.
Tinian will take the corner kick from the far corner. Kicked out in front and booted out of danger by Rensing. The lead goes to Christensen. He pushes it up to Steffenhagen. Steffenhagen coming again. Clements and Radovich break on him. He tries to break around Radovich. He does. Radovich coming into the penalty. Steffenhagen, penalty area. Radovich out in front to Christensen. Christensen maneuvering for the shot. Looking now, he goes to the far side of the goal box. He crosses. It's going over the bar. It's going to be a goal kick for Colorado with the Sting ahead 3-2. Soccer 78 will continue after this message. Thank you, Mona.
Should have taken a shot there. Should have
Yeah.
just hit it.
Yeah.
Should have hit it. Try it.
Well, why don't you guys say that? What are you waiting for?
You want me to say that?
You were cutting
it's a
off.
little late now.
Look at this. Oh, nice save again.
You were cutting off, so I didn't want to.
Okay. Well, no, it's because they're going to have a corner kick. I hope we get back for the corner kick.
Substitutions. Jonas are in for Gadea, I'll bet.
Bet you're right.
Yes, you're right. Definitely.
2 games in a row I've called out.
Sure. It's too weak. You can't play this kind of game. You can't play walking soccer. You got to play offense and defense. You can't play one way. All the players play both ways.
Substitution for Chicago. In for number 7, Roberto Gadea. Number 8.
All right, Colorado corner kick coming up. Short cross to Matt Barr. Barr on the far side of the penalty area, cross in front, headed out by McCrudden. He's got Christensen. The Sting has made a substitution while we were away. Strenisser has come in for Gadea. There's a long lead to Gene Strenisser. Gino moving inside the 35. He's got Granitza on the near side. Takes it to the top of the penalty area. Now tries to break around the penalty area. Looking for a little bit of help. Takes it to the restraining circle. There's the lead to Christensen. Christensen at the baseline. Blocked by Barr. Breaks around Barr. Tries to cross it. Loose ball in front. There's a shot. The shot by Gene Strenisser is grabbed by the goalkeeper, Arnie Mauser. And here comes Ronnie Blair coming out of his own zone. Pereira with it now inside the 35. One-on-one against Dan McCrudden. Pereira fakes left, goes right. Avoid, no, good tackle by Strenisser. Gets that ball away. And a fresh Gene Strenisser, former captain of the Toronto team. Young Hungarian-Canadian boy. Great little midfielder. He's come into the ball game for Chicago in place of Roberto Gadea. A little bit tired out there. Now Advocat with the ball at the midfield. Over on the far side, Bruce Wilson. Sting leading 3-2. Clock showing just over 31 minutes to go in the ball game. Christensen falls down, but he gets a pass away anyway to Wilson. Wilson is run off the ball by Matt Barr. Finally, the ball comes back to Clemens.
This thing's going to have to do a little bit more support, Howard. What they're doing, they're only attacking with 3 forwards. All they're doing there, and the other guys are just sitting back there. They're not really coming up to support. They're going to have to do a little bit more supporting.
Strasburg coming in on Blankenberg. He tries to back on the ball. Here comes a shot. Grabbed by Costin. A bullet of a shot. Little break that time for the Sting because the ball was kicked right back at the Colorado attack.
That certainly was his bad luck there.
Let's try to look at that, if we can. I'd like to. Nick, look what happens here, and Kenny.
Right, it just went right on his foot, and Mervin makes another good save. He's looked awful good in the net. Nice run by Granitza.
Here's Granitza. Granitza moving in. Granitza one man to beat.
There it is.
Front. Oh, Stevenhagen just couldn't get his foot on it.
Still in, still in.
Ball still in play. McCrudden catches up to it in the corner. He tries for the cross, but it goes over the bar. It's going to be a goal kick. We want to remind you, the Chicago Sting has a great summer camp program going. This coming week, they're going to be at Wheaton Warrenville. Still time to register, June 26th to June 30th. It's a 5-day program. Youngsters from 6 to 18, boys and girls, get professional instruction on all aspects of soccer. And the Chicago Sting will provide a shirt, a duffel bag, a leather soccer ball, which goes to the youngsters, tickets to a Sting game, and great instruction. It's a 5-day camp. It costs only $65. There's 5 more coming up, June 26th through June 30th in Wheaton Warrenville. Then July 10th through July 14th at Lake Forest West Campus of the high school, Mount Prospect Lions Park. I'll get back to it.
Nice move!
Yes. And an obstruction call, I'm sure. The ball in the penalty area. Stevenhagen tried to move in, and Greg Murkowski just stood there and blocked his way, and the Sting will get an indirect free kick from the restraining circle. And while they're setting up, let's continue the camp. Mount Prospect Lions Park, July 17th to July 21st. Meadow Park in Northbrook, where the Sting works out, July 24th to July 28th. In Barrington High School, July 31st to August 4th. It's a great summer soccer camp, and you can get all the information by calling Leslie James at 558-KICK. That's 558-KICK. All right, it's indirect free kick coming up for Chicago.
Watch for Granitza, perhaps.
Are they going to call this direct, Nick?
Oh, definitely. He was holding him.
Yeah, he was holding him. Oh, I thought it was just an obstruction. I take it back. Granitza looks, and Christensen there. The ball just outside the penalty area. Now Granitza whispers something to Christensen. Referee blows his whistle. Christensen shoots and just hits the top of the bar and goes over. It's going to be a goal kick for the Colorado Caribou, and we will be back after this message. Thank you.
I tell you, Advocaat's done some running today.
He always does.
But especially today, man, he's just done a tremendous amount of running. Come on, let's go.
Good move.
Good move. Nice. Good player. Good player. I tell you, once he gets used to it a little bit, he really can move up. See, he really plays an attacking center half. He's really good. He likes that.
Sting in control. A good defensive move by Horst Blankenberg moments ago has given the Sting control of the ball. They're coming into the Colorado half, leading 3-2. Carl Granitza is tackled and put down, and a foul called on Radovich. And Carl a little bit slow in getting up. The trainers are coming over to the sideline. Carl Granitza really dumped from behind. I think we're going to get a yellow card. Yes, we are getting a yellow card on Branko Radovich. The referee, Managli, is calling Radovich over. There's a caution for a flagrant foul. If that happens again, he is red carded, ejected, and he is also fined and suspended. And that happened to George Lamptey, a center back for Colorado. Yes, let's take another look at that as they're working on Carl Granitza.
What they're doing, they're very, they feel he's the top guy, and he's definitely not going for the ball. He's trying to nail him in the legs, and he's having a big problem trying to cover Granitza. So what he's doing, he tried to nail him right in the ankles and try to slow him down a little bit in that case.
They're still working on Karl-Heinz Granitza, but he's up on his feet. I think we're going to be resuming momentarily. George Lamptey, who played for the Sting last year and the year prior to that on the Colorado Caribou, has been suspended for this game because of a red card. Another ex-Sting, Steve Robalski, is on the squad. He's a reserve, and he is warming up on the sidelines. We may see Robalski before this game is over. The clock shows 27:25. It had been stopped. Karl Granitza back in action. Free kick coming up. Christensen's going to take it. He puts it in the penalty area to Stefan Hagen. A shot. Oh! He didn't get much of his foot on it, and a bouncing ball was picked up by Arnie Mauser, which reminds me, the last time we played Arnie Mauser, here's Fred Pereira back on the attack. Pereira moves it off to Mikowski. Last time we faced Arnie Mauser, Mauser was the goalkeeper for Vancouver. Ronnie Moore, then with the Sting, scored five goals to tie a record, and the Sting beat Vancouver 5-2 in Soldier Field last year. Remember that?
Yes.
Howard, Denver's having a lot of trouble. They've been trying an offsides trap the entire game, and the Sting's beaten them several times on it.
Here's Clements coming in on Blankenberg. Good tackle, but both Sting defenders pushed out of position. Clements has it again, pushes it right through to Somo, kicked away by Griffiths. Gritza racing for it. Loose ball as it's headed by Radovich.
It's called advantage on this play.
Over to Blair. And now finally put back in the penalty area, headed up by Rensing. Taken right back by McMahon, kicked away by Strenisser. Off to the far side. Christensen can't catch up with it. With the clock showing under 26.5 minutes remaining in the ball game. Sting ahead 3-2. It's going to be a throw-in for Matt Barr. His brother Chris Barr is a professional football player. Radovich is coming out of the ball game, and Steve Robalski is coming in. Robalski played with the Sting last year and was traded to Colorado in the deal that brought Captain Bruce Wilson to Chicago. So Robalski's in the game. They're going to have to do some shuffling unless they're going to put Robalski at the back line. Ramo gets the ball for the first time, and we're getting a whistle by the referee.
The play that should have been a throw in there. Denver tried to get, or Colorado tried to get away with something cute. They just put it down on the ground and played as a free kick.
Managlia, the referee, however, whistles it back for the throw-in. Less than 26 minutes to go in the game. All the scoring in the first half, 3-2 Chicago. Both sides have had good chances here, but there's been no scoring. And now Rensing dumps Jomo Somo in the penalty area. The referee says play on, and the crowd is really booing. The linesman had raised his arm, I believe, for an offside. Jomo Somo was offside on the play, and that's why there was no call, because Rensing really put him down. There's a long ball coming here to the near side. McCrudden runs to catch up to it.
Definitely a penalty, Howard, otherwise.
He moves it to Granitza, back to McCrudden, but it passed a little bit too far for McCrudden, and it's taken back by the Colorado Caribou. Ronnie Blair off on the far side to Clements. Gets by Christensen. He's got Tinian on the far side. Tries to break by Advocat. Gives it to Tinian instead. Tinian one-on-one with Wilson. There's the cross. Out in front. Headed away by McCrudden. And finally Advocat coming out of his own with it on the far side. Advocat drives it upfield looking for Stefan Hagen. There's the foot race. Stefan Hagen and Strasburg, but the ball rolls out of bounds on the far side. The scoreboard clock shows less than 25 minutes remaining in the game. Sting ahead 3-2, but this game has become quite tense now, with Colorado taking over a bit of the momentum. Steve Robalski moving the ball at the midfield. He puts it toward Jomo Somo, but Wilson is there to head it back to the 35-yard line. Gene Strenisser, who came into the ball game in the second half for Roberto Gadea, leaves it for Christensen to the near side. Horst Blankenberg. Picked up by Robalski. Jorgen Christensen. He's got Granitza on the near side. He's got Stefan Hagen breaking. There's the lead to Stefan Hagen coming into the penalty area. And the ball is tapped beyond Stefan Hagen over the end line. And I believe they're going to award a goal kick to Colorado. It's 3-2 Chicago. Sting Soccer 78 continues after this message. That's what I thought. Hope we get
Go Team Chicago.
Action returns. This time it's the Sting into the field. A Colorado attack. McMahon hit the side of the net. Rensing playing the midfield. Tries to bring it up, but he's ridden off the ball by Steve Roboski, who's it to Makowski. Roboski to Makowski, and now to Clements.
Clements.
He's got Somo on the near side with Roboski. Gives it to Jomo. Jomo trying to break by Advocat. Crafty ball handler. He gives it to McMahon. McMahon over on the far side. Long lead pass for Strasburg. Christensen covering him. He drops it back to Tinian, marked by Bruce Wilson. He crosses. It comes over everybody's head. Rensing trying to run it down, but Roboski gets there first for Colorado. Steve Roboski to Jomo Somo, top of the penalty area, has to give a little ground. And the ball tackled away by Strenisser. Rensing has it. Pushes it to Stevenhagen. Stevenhagen is really jammed by Dave Clements. Ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Clements. Throw in Chicago. Sting's next home game Wednesday. Clements takes it away. One-on-one now against Blankenberg. Waiting, slow it up. Looking for a little bit of help. Comes to the top of the penalty area. And he fires, it hits the side of the net. Goal kick coming up for Chicago. The Sting will be playing the California Surf and the great Steve David Wednesday night, June 28th at Soldier Field. That game at 7:30. That'll also be the North-South High School All-Star game, the preliminary game that night. On July 4th, that's a Tuesday afternoon at 2:30 at Wrigley Field. The Sting will be battling the Tulsa Roughnecks and their new coach Alex Katerik. It's Ovaltine Day, and the first 5,000 youngsters get a handsome complimentary set of Ovaltine wristbands, Chicago Sting Ovaltine wristbands. Here's Roboski. Roboski by McCredden. Coming into the penalty area against Blankenberg. He crosses to Somo. Out in front, Pereira, but it's broken up by Strenisser. Taken back. Here's Colorado's another shot. Costin grabs it. And Colorado really doing a lot of real attacking here. So Tuesday, July 4th is Ovaltine wristband day. Then July 9th, the Chicago Public Catholic High School All-Star game before the Sting against Colorado here at Wrigley Field again at 2:30, and that's Yo Play Yogurt Day with free megaphones, the first 5,000 youngsters. Now Bruce Wilson to Granitza outside the area. He's trying to work to the restraining circle. Back to Strenisser. Strenisser to Stevenhagen. Back out to the 35-yard line. Christensen has it now. Christensen, his lead to Stevenhagen, broken up by Makowski. And the youngster from Southern Illinois did a good defensive job that time. Clock showing under 20 and a half minutes remaining. 3-2 Chicago. This is Blair to Roboski. Sting 35-yard line, picked up by Advocat. He leads one off to the far side of Pereira. The shot stopped by Costin and grabbed. Pereira got beautiful position on McCredden. McCredden thought it would be an offside play.
Yeah, Chicago tried offside trap right there, and Colorado beat the Chicago offside trap on that play. They left them on sides, I guess, and the linesman didn't call it.
All right, we're going to take a look, but action resuming. Griffiths out to Advocat on the far side. Sting.
Nice pass by Grabowski here.
There's
Really,
a long pass. Advocat to the near side to Danny. Oh, there it is. There's the replay.
Just a great save by Clausen again. He was just in the right place.
Mervyn the Magician doing his wonders. Clive Griffiths in the center circle to Dick Advocat. He's got Wilson breaking, goes to Schevenhagen. Foot race with Clements. Clements gets position inside and taps it to Arnold Mauser, the goalkeeper, who flings it out here to Strasburg. Colorado back on the attack. Tinian back to Strasburg. Colorado trying to move the ball. The Sting offensive zone. Greg Makowski on the near side. He's picked up by Gene Strenisser. To Roboski. One-on-one against McCludden. Out beyond the 35 to Tinian. His lead to Somo. They try to give him the go. Coming out with it is McMahon. Goes off to the far side to Strasburg. He slips. And the ball rolls over the sideline. Stinger going to get a throw in. The Chicago Sting next television game will be Wednesday evening, July 12th at 8 p.m. against the Memphis Rogues from Memphis here on Channel 9. Then on July 15th, Channel 9 will televise the Sting Fort Lauderdale game from Fort Lauderdale. That's a Saturday night. And then the following Wednesday night, July 19th, there's a great game.
Nice run, nice run.
Here's Stevenhagen. Stevenhagen, top of the restraining circle. Here comes Arnold.
There it is.
He's locked in, and he is dumped in the penalty area. No call. The referee says play on. Willie Roy, can't believe it, over on the Sting bench. Fred Pereira gets it for Colorado. Stevenhagen is still screaming in the penalty area. Pereira to Rabowski. He's coming against Rensing. Rensing is going to pick up Grabowski, and there's the cross that goes over everybody's head. It is finally kicked high in the air, headed forward by Bruce Wilson. Wilson now with the ball up to Christensen. What do you guys think? Penalty kick or no penalty kick?
No, he won the ball on that play.
There's Granitza being shouldered off the ball. Taken back now by Blair. A high, long pass to Somo. Has Rensing to beat. Tries to beat Rensing. Wilson gets in front of him now. Somo throws an easy cross up in front. And it is...
Be a corner kick, Howard.
Looks like they are going to call a Colorado corner kick. The scoreboard clock shows 17.5 minutes remaining in the ballgame, 3-2.
Howard, we're going to have a substitution now. First chance, Colorado's going to put Louis Nanchoff in to add a little bit of attack. I don't know who will be coming off.
Part of the famous brother team, his brother George was the leading scorer for Fort Lauderdale last year. Looks like Pereira's coming off. Nanchoff, also a star at Akron University, is coming into the ballgame for Fred Pereira. So they're getting a fresh striker in there. Pereira has one goal already this game, his first. So stay tuned into Channel 9 for Sting Soccer, July 12th, July 15th, and July 19th. Tinian out there to take the corner kick. Time has been stopped.
Number 10, Louis Nanchoff, and for number 11, Fred Pereira.
Here comes the corner. Out in front.
Oh, jeez.
And it is chipped toward the goal, and Costin grabs it just in front of the line. Interesting strategy by Colorado. The chip shot by Strasburg, grabbed by Costin.
Yeah, Strasburg should have been marked on that play. Once again, Chicago
let's take another look at that,
failed to mark a man on a corner kick.
Let's watch how they work it beautifully. The corner came to Strasburg.
Right, he flipped it over. He wanted a little further to the far corner, but he didn't get enough of it, and he had that problem.
There's a long ball into the penalty area. Granitza is dumped. Coming back from behind was Clements. The ball rolls to Mauser, and he just flings it out. Makowski with it now. Greg Makowski. Lead to Somo. Rensing on Somo. Drops it to Nanchoff. McCrudden, a good tackle at the 35-yard line. Play broken up, but Strenicer is there. Tries to break around Robowski. And Robbo dumps Strenicer. Ball slides out of bounds on the near side. The linesman here, Hennick, calls a throw in for Colorado.
Should have been a call there, Howard. He really put him down in that case. He didn't get a call.
He didn't get any of the ball there because the ball went off out of Strenicer. So he definitely tripped the man and got no ball.
Rodney Blair pushes it through to Somo. Somo on the near side of the penalty area to Robowski. He's got some room. Robowski throws it out in front, looking for the shot. Nanchoff, and he misses everything. Nanchoff pushed it over the end line. I think the referee is going to call a corner kick. And yet, I don't believe it touched anybody. Do you?
Didn't look like it touched anybody, but he's calling it off for Advocat.
He is calling a corner kick. He says it touched Dick Advocat.
I think we were lucky in that play because if he would have let that ball go, there was a Colorado guy coming right across, could have put it in by himself.
Tinian will take the corner. Sting trying to hold on to that 3-2 lead. Under 16 minutes left in the game. There's the cross and the header out to the top of the penalty area. Rensing trying to control. Somo has it. He runs into Advocat. He has to give ground all the way back to Strasburg. Ball tackled away momentarily. Coming back is Strasburg. Strasburg at the top of the penalty area. His shot broken up, and Somo is there. His shot broken up.
Defense.
Strenicer, another shot over the crossbar. Colorado with great pressure, and we're going to have another corner kick for Colorado.
Great play there by Dan McCrudden, who came in. It looked like Sono was going to have a clear shot.
Look at this pressure.
Right, he came in and he blocked the kick. Otherwise, that would have been a goal.
That was McCrudden blocking, and there's another shot that Clausen deflects. Now the corner kick. Tinian will take it once again from the far corner. Colorado throwing a lot of pressure on the Sting end.
We look tired, Howard. We look tired.
There's the short corner to Somo, and Rensing takes the ball away.
We need that goal. We need that goal.
Christensen coming. Christensen at midfield. He's got Steffenhagen on the left wing. Pushes it up to Arno.
He needs support.
He's got Granitza moving into the penalty area.
4 against 5. Now we got the fifth guy.
He drops it back to Advocat. Advocat to Strenicer. He's got Christensen on the far side. He's got nobody on the near side. Goes to Christensen. Christensen marked by Clements, taking his time. Right back to Strenicer, back to Christensen. Right back to Strenicer.
All that's doing is bringing more defenders back.
Now all the way back beyond the 35 to Advocat. Comes across to Griffiths. Griffiths trying to break out the 35-yard line, hemmed in. Now
he's by himself now.
Makes his run.
Good run.
Into the penalty area. He's got Steffenhagen. He crosses and
yes!
Oh, goal!
All right.
Scott Strasburg.
All right.
Trying to block Griffiths' shot. Just pushed that ball into the Colorado net. and that's the first own goal we have benefited from in a long time. When did we benefit last from an own goal?
I can't even remember.
The score is 4-2, and Scott Strasburg has scored an own goal.
Here it is, here it is, here it comes.
Here
Now,
it comes.
Plays
Let's
it
watch
across. I think he hits it right through the goalie's legs, right through his legs.
The Sting has taken a 4-2 lead as Clive Griffiths, trying to cross to Arno Steffenhagen, has just put the ball off the leg of Scott Strasburg into the net. Now, let me ask you a question. Do they call that a deflection and a goal to Griffiths, or will they call that an own goal to Strasburg?
Howard, if they rule the ball was going in the direction of the goal when it was deflected, they will give Clive Griffiths a goal.
It really wasn't, though. It was coming across the goal mouth.
That's what it appeared to be, and that should be an own goal in that case.
Nanchoff puts that ball in the penalty area. McCrudden.
Oh, look out!
Intercepts. Clausen comes out.
Nice.
Great save by Mervyn the Magician as Nanchoff tried to pounce on the loose ball, but Mervyn alertly came out. Let's take a look.
Very good, very good. He comes out in this case. All right, he's blocking. He's through. Gets himself too long,
Watch
but Mervyn
Mervyn.
did not wait in the goal, which was a great move. See, now, here's the time for the Sting to start playing that touch soccer. Let him just lay it back, give it back to the goalie, give themselves a little rest now. Just hang on to the ball. Just don't give it away. Don't try to score number 5 now. Just go in easy. Go
12
easy.
and a half minutes remaining in the ball game. The Sting ahead 4-2. Pat McMahon for Colorado. Off on the far side it goes. Here they come. There's a lead cross broken up by Horst Blankenberg out to Christensen. The Sting moving upfield. Christensen with it. He's got Granitza on the near side. And
Good run by Stenitzer.
Out to Steffenhagen. Steffenhagen coming to the top of the penalty area. Granitza's in the penalty area. Back kick to Christensen, but it's broken up by Strasburg. The Sting leading 4-2, and we're going to be back after this message. Colorado attack blunted by Chicago, but the Caribou have earned a corner kick. The Caribou will be back playing a return match against the Sting on July 9th. It's going to be Yopoi Yogurt Day at Wrigley Field at 2:30. That'll also be the Public Catholic High School All-Star Game. There's the cross, and the header. Oh, no, it wasn't a header. The header went over McMahon's head, and the ball is just booted almost up behind home plate here at Mile High Stadium, so the Sting is going to have a goal kick. And Kenny?
Howard, the addition of Stenitzer to the Chicago midfield has made a big difference in the second part of the second half. Yes, he sure is, and he's a much better defensive player than Gadea. Gadea is more dangerous. He's got a fine shot, but winning, and Gino's a good all-around player, and especially defensive. He's made a lot of fine defensive plays this half.
Carl Strong, 182-pound, 5'10" midfielder for Madison University, Virginia, has come into the game replacing the player coach Dave Clements. And I guess with your player coach, you can come out whenever you want, can't you, Nick?
You sure can. I think he's tired, too. He's not getting any younger, but he did a hell of a job when he was out there.
Sting leading 4-2, and man, is this a different Sting ball club. Coach Willie Roy really has him running. Under Coach Roy in the first game, they beat Detroit, a tough side, 2-0, with Carl Granitza getting a couple of goals. Then they had Houston 2-1 in Houston, but Houston tied it with 18 seconds and ultimately won in the overtime. And now Willie has them going again. They're leading 4-2 over Colorado here in Denver. Just over 10 minutes to go. You can see the Sting June 28th against California. Here's Christensen, top of the penalty area. Looking for the short pass. Out to Granitza. His shot is blocked out in front.
Here it is.
There's a return by...
There's the goal!
There's a shot.
Yes!
Front, open.
Yes! Oh!
Open off the line by Mikowski.
My God!
The Sting almost had number 5. They attacked in force.
Jorgen should have shot that
Everybody
ball.
was in on it. Granitza, Steffenhagen, Christensen. Let's take a look.
Oh, my God.
There's the first one broken up.
Here's
It
the
comes
shot.
Back
Comes
to
back.
Advocat. His shot is deflected by Mauser out front. Here comes Christensen.
He should have just shot.
All he has to do is pop it over his leg. He tried to give it to Granitza, and he went over.
We got to give credit to Mikowski. He never quit on that, coming to the right side and deflected it. Otherwise, if he would have quit, it would have been...
Sting home games, June 28th against California at Soldier Field, July 4th at Wrigley Field against Tulsa, Tuesday afternoon, and July 9th at Wrigley Field against the Colorado Caribou. Tickets at Ticketron, the Sting office at 333 North Michigan, or at Wrigley Field or Soldier Field box office today of the game. You get information on
All right,
the games
here we go.
as Griffiths moves into the penalty area. And he
It's
is
a
really
foul,
pushed.
definitely.
He is really pushed. There's a cross, broken up, headed out to the 35. Advocat loses control. Carl Strong has it for Colorado. It's the ref, comes back. Man, was our man dumped in the penalty area that
He was
time.
definitely dumped. He could have called a penalty right there. Definitely dumped.
There's McMahon trying to break around Strenisser. Keeps control of the ball inside the 35. Puts it out in front, broken up by Rensing. An easy one for Gary. Out to Advocat.
Howard, the official called the advantage on that play. Gene dumped his man, but the man kept going with the ball.
There's a handball, and they called it. No, the referee didn't call it. He said play on. We do not mean to second-guess the referee, but even we saw that ball hit it strong on the arm. Here's Robalski coming to the 35. Here comes Nanshoff. Blankenberg on him. Nanshoff tries to... Oh, he got nothing on the ball.
Yeah.
And the ball just spun off his foot. I think he hit the infield dirt there, and the ball spun off his foot. Goal kick Chicago. Sting leading 4-2, and we're going to be back after this message.
Oh, man.
Thanks, Moan. Thank you.
This kid Sono's got a shot.
Action resumes at Mile High Stadium in Denver, Colorado. The Sting leading 4-2 with less than 7 minutes to go. Short corner kick for Colorado. Nanshoff trying to get by Blankenberg. Oh, check that, Advocat can't do it. Ball pushed off to the side, throw it. Chicago Sting has a lot of great discount plans for groups and a lot of information on their summer camp program. Here's Nanshoff. We'll pick that up in a second.
He was offside.
An offside call is going to give the ball to Chicago. The Chicago Sting Summer Camp program with the camp in Wheaton, other camps in Lake Forest, Northbrook, Barrington, and Mount Prospect. Tremendous deal and great instruction for your youngsters. Call Leslie James at 558-5425. For ticket information of all the Sting remaining home games, plus information about great group discounts. And there's still plenty of time to come out and watch the Chicago Sting in action. And you've seen today the kind of ball club the Chicago Sting under Willie Roy, with the addition of some new great world-class players. What a change it's made in the Sting. You like great soccer? Come on out. It's waiting for you. Okay, call 558-KICK. That's 558-KICK. Just talk to Jim Paskowitz, and Jim is going to show you how to enjoy soccer at a very reasonable price. Here's Christensen.
I think we're dangerous again.
Moving
Here we
in
go.
on Barr. Christensen puts him on Barr, coming in, and he is dumped. He is dumped, and we're going to call a penalty kick.
Yes, yes.
And Christensen is telling Matt Barr
Yes.
exactly what he thinks.
Yes.
Now, which one of you guys was telling me that it was Matt Barr that broke the leg of a player just recently, Kenny?
That's right, Howard. I'm not sure. I think it was Adrian Webster of Seattle.
Right, that's who it was. Look at Christensen down on the ground. Christensen was really nailed in the penalty area. Here it is.
All right. He takes both legs down, and he gets him right in the ankle. Definitely a penalty shot because he was by him. He had him beat.
Stefan Hagen, Granitza will take it. He comes into the ball, and he misses. Granitza goes over the crossbar. So with 5:32 remaining in the game, it's going to be a goal kick, and that you don't see too often. That was the first kick, the first penalty kick Granitza has made, or attempted at any rate, in the North American Soccer League. All right, Bruce Wilson with it. Now back to Horst Blankenberg.
I think we had one other one, but Jimmy Kelly scored
He made that one. Yeah,
Yes.
that was against Los Angeles, Nick, and they came back. Gary Jones. You know, I was looking at a score just the other day that Los Angeles won 3-0, and Gary Jones, no, they won 2-1. That was it. Los Angeles won 2-1, and Gary Jones got all 3 goals. He scored twice for Los Angeles and 1 own goal.
Howard, Christensen's back up and on the field, and we sure are glad to see that because he really looked like he was in pain.
There's Granitza making the trap, but fouling.
Called a handball.
Called a handball?
Yes.
All righty.
You seen that one?
Handball on, against Granitza. Ronnie Blair
We,
up to Carl Strong. Strong to the near side. Kenny, I'm sorry.
We got the official word on that last Chicago goal. It was declared an own goal. So no player gets credit, but it still counts up on the scoreboard.
Looks pretty good. All
Good
right,
work by Strenicer.
And I think they've been calling a foul against Chicago. It's going to give Colorado a free kick. Less than 4.5 minutes to go in the soccer game. A free kick against Chicago. Strenicer and Gene, who is as mild-mannered a guy as you want to meet, with a great baby face, just could not understand that. Jomo Somo will take the free kick. Sting.
Chicago should have at least a two-man wall.
There is no wall. It's just McCrudden and Advocat. And there's the shot, and Costin deflects it over the end. Had the wall been up there, I think they might have been able to deflect that, but Somo went for the upper left-hand corner. Costin deflected it over the end.
Yeah, Chicago should have had a wall up there covering at least one corner, then that probably the near corner.
All right, Christensen trying to come out of his own zone. Here's a pass, almost broken up, but here comes Dick Advocat, the Flying Dutchman. Member of past Holland national teams.
There it is. Okay, he's through.
He's got Granitza. Granitza coming into the top of the restraining circle. Carl's trying to slow things up. The ball is kicked away from him by Blair. Carl Granitza trying to break through 3 defenders. Now Colorado back on the attack. Less than 3.5 minutes to go in the game. Sting leading 4-2. Steve Roboski working with Somo. Somo moving. Lead pass, give and go to Somo. But Blankenberg was all over Somo, and Bruce Wilson able to tap that ball over the end line. He gives away a corner kick, but the Sting defense getting back in position. Sting leading 4-2. A goal by Granitza, 2 by Stefan Hagen, and an own goal, a thank you goal. There's the cross, broken up in front by Clive Griffiths, and last touch by Pat McMahon of Colorado. So the Sting is going to have a goal kick. And it goes all the way over to the far side to Jorgen Christensen, the Danish international, who teams up with Carl Granitza at Hertha Berlin in West Germany in the Bundesliga. Dick Advocat coming to Carl Granitza. He's got Blair to beat. Granitza waiting, looking. There's Stefan Hagen breaking, goes instead to the far side to Christensen. Christensen is starting a run. Barr picks him up. Fakes him. Comes to the top of the area.
Shoot!
Left-footed shot.
Oh!
Good. Out in front, and the ball comes to Blair.
That was a fine run by Stefan Hagen, setting that whole thing up. He took 3 men with him and left Christensen on the far side all by himself.
Coming now, Nanchoff, Louis Nanchoff, rookie. Moves by Blankenberg, coming in on the goal. Here's Nanchoff out in front, he drops it back. Coming up is Strong, but it's broken up. Strong gets it back, but pushes it over the end line. Goal kick for Chicago. Time to remind you, Chicago Sting Soccer is produced solely for the entertainment and enjoyment of the viewing audience. Any broadcast, rebroadcast, or other unauthorized use of this game without express written consent of the Chicago Sting and WGN and Marvin Sugarman Productions is prohibited. Announcers have been selected and are paid by Marvin Sugarman Productions and the Chicago Sting. All right, loose ball at the midfield. The clock now running down toward the minute-and-a-half mark. The Sting 2 goals ahead, 4-2. And we're certainly happy you've been with us on this WGN TV telecast. We certainly hope you'll be at Soldier Field Wednesday night to welcome the Sting back against California, or Tuesday, July 4th against Tulsa, or possibly in addition to Sunday, July 9th, against the Colorado Caribou. Some great promotional giveaway days coming up all season long. Here comes a shot, and Costin lets it roll wide. The shot taken by Strasburg. Clock running down toward the 1-minute mark now. I want to thank Nick Kratt and Ken Stern, who have done a great job in the booth with me this afternoon.
Was a pleasure, Howard.
I know that.
Just a wonderful game to watch. Nice to see us win for a change and have some offense.
It's quite an exciting Sting team now.
Howard, I want to give a lot of credit to young Dan McCrudden, who started today. I believe this is his first league game he started. He's played a very fine game.
But this is, I think, the first game he started. Here comes Danny McCrudden with it now to Arno Steffenhagen. He has a couple of goals today. To Strenicer. There's the run to Steffenhagen, and the ball is pushed a little bit too far in front. Goes over the end line. Goal kick coming up. Clock shows 24 seconds. Now, what this does, it's a 9-point game for the Chicago Sting, so they gain 9 points on Memphis. And since Houston got 2 goals yesterday, they gained 7 points on Houston. That's a full game. So the Sting will trail second place Houston now by 5 games with 11 left to play. And they'll only be 3 games behind the Memphis Rogues. All right, Nanchoff, and there's a free kick broken up. And the ball is kicked out of danger. The clock shows no time left, and there is the whistle. The Chicago Sting has defeated the Caribou of Colorado by a score of 4-2, and we're going to be back with the wrap-up of today. of today's action as soon as we can get over there. And let's take a little run now while they're showing the Sting walking off the field. Back again at Mile High Stadium, the Chicago Sting has just picked up an important 9-point game with a 4-2 victory over the Colorado Caribou. Nick Kratt and Kenny Stern, any last-minute word with the Sting, a 4-2 winner, picking up 9 points, a big game for Chicago. They've won 2 out of 3 now under Willie Roy, and what do you guys have to say about that?
All I got to say is one thing. It was a wonderful game to watch them. They've got some offense now. I want to see you fans come out there and see them play because they're looking really good. They look like a real good team, and I think they can score at any time.
Kenny, you must have been impressed after that heartbreaking loss against Houston to see the Sting rebound so quickly.
That's right, Howard. I thought I was going to have a little deja vu with Chicago dominating action so much in the first half. And twice Colorado came back, and it kept them in the game. Incidentally, Mervyn Costin was chosen Defensive Player of the Game, and Arnold Steffenhagen was Offensive Player of the Game.
And well-deserved. The Sting goals were scored by Karl-Heinz Granitza, his 12th of the season. In 11 ball games, he's still third place in the American Conference scoring. Arnold Steffenhagen got 2. Fred Pereira scored 4, and Joe Mosono scored. And then the clincher, the 4th goal, an own goal off the leg of Scott Strasburg on a cross by Clive Griffiths. That's the final. Chicago 4 and Colorado 2. So for Nick Kratt and Ken Stern, this is Howard Balson saying goodbye, everybody.